Welcome to Yeadon Community News, your independent source for Yeadon Community News. News fail. I repeat, Action News fail. Victim of restaurant robbery. I couldn't say a thing. This just aired. They just did this as an exclusive report. And that he chose, this guy who got beat up, chose to speak only to Action News. That's how they just presented it. It's here on their website, and they just aired the report. I'm going to show you something. Okay, so here we have NBC 10, Philadelphia local news. And we're looking at their website, and here it is, Monday, July the 2nd. And here he is.
Tim, we found him right back here at the scene of the crime, the First Walk Chinese restaurant here on Shelton Avenue in the Germantown section of the city. He was sitting inside having a bottle of water, and he said he wouldn't let his kids get away with an attack like this. He hopes someone out there knows who these guys are and turns them in.
I don't even know how I got hit, but all I know is I fell to the ground.
Livingston Barker says he hasn't been able to watch this surveillance video. That's him standing at the counter of the First Walk Chinese takeout restaurant in Germantown when two men get way too close to the 72-year-old. One strikes fast with a punch so hard Barker falls to the ground unconscious.
I took out my wallet, paid for my phone, and then I hear bam.
The men snatch Barker's wallet, then take off.
I wasn't thinking anything like that would have happened.
Barker doesn't know the men, but he hopes you do. He's a former police officer back in Barbados. He escaped the World Trade Center 1993 bombing. He was working on the 43rd floor that day. Here in Philadelphia, he cares for his ailing 82-year-old sister, and he was buying her dinner Friday night when these two thieves stole all his money, bank cards, and his sister's medical records. Barker says these two men need to be caught, and he hopes you're going to be the person who turns them in.
I will ask them to come forward and let us know who these guys are.
Now, that attack happened on Friday night around 5:30. That's about almost the same time as tonight. We're about 45 minutes after that attack. The streets still have people walking up and down here. Police believe someone saw those men running away. They also believe that those men could be local to this area. If you know who they are, you are asked to call police. Also, remember, you can make tips anonymously. Reporting live in the Germantown section of Philadelphia, Deanna Durante, NBC 10 News.
Now that's them reporting this yesterday, Monday the 2nd. Now granted, she does say, they found him there. And he certainly chose to answer her questions. So he chose to speak to NBC 10 yesterday. So he didn't choose only to speak with 6ABC. But listen to all the detail that she had on his life and all the information that she had. And she didn't claim it as an exclusive report or anything like that, even though they were the only one asking the questions, which would then qualify it for exclusive because nobody else is there. But what Action News has just done is, I think, crosses the line in fair journalism. He might have reached out to 6ABC, and he might have only reached out to 6ABC, but he didn't choose to only speak to 6ABC. As you can see, he just chose to speak to 10 NBC, who admittedly found him there when they went to do the story. That's fair journalism. What Action News has done is not. So let's watch their video now.
You have seen the surveillance video of the attack. A 72-year-old man knocked unconscious and robbed at a Chinese takeout. Now we meet the man who survived the assault. That is, Philadelphia police try to bring a pair of thugs to justice. It is Tuesday night, and the big story on Action News tonight is an exclusive interview with a 72-year-old survivor. Action News reporter Kenneth Moten is live at Northwest Detective Headquarters. And Kenneth, you can tell us about Livingston Barker and the status of his attackers.
Jim, no official news of an arrest yet, and detectives here have been working a number of leads after we aired that video yesterday. Tonight, the victim told me he didn't even know what or who hit him. This attack, it was ruthless, it was violent, and it was downright dirty.
I'm not thinking of anything like this happening. And then all at one sudden, I feel the hit from behind.
72-year-old Livingston Barker is recovering and chose to speak with Only Action News after two young men attacked him in this Chinese food restaurant on Chelton Avenue in Germantown Friday. The lookout did just that as the other man stared down Barker before making his move.
I couldn't say nothing. I couldn't say a thing because I was completely knocked down.
And knocked out. Philadelphia police say the robbers got away with the man's wallet, which had money, credit cards, and his ID. As he regained consciousness, the retired New York City Port Authority worker from Barbados thought about his sister. He moved to Philadelphia 2 years ago to take care of her. In fact, Barker was getting dinner for the both of them when the surveillance camera captured the video she later saw on the news.
My eyes full of water. I said, oh my God, what happened? And my heart was just going because I wouldn't like to lose him. Because I depend on him.
Barker suffered injuries to his hip, and he's just looking forward to police getting both of these men off the street.
They just don't care. All they want to do is do what they want to do for themselves. They don't care what you...
And Barker says he won't be changing his routine. That's his Chinese food place, and it will continue to be his neighborhood restaurant. Meanwhile, if you have any information about his suspected attackers, give police here a call. Reporting live outside Northwest Detectives, Kenneth Moten, Channel 6, Action News.
Thank you, Kenneth.
Okay, so now, I mean, he had the sister there, and they talked about, you know, his background a little bit too. But the whole way he said that they chose to speak only with 6ABC and Action News, and I just think it's disingenuous and questionable journalism. Again, they have such a foothold on the local news to then try to take something like this and use that as a poster banner for their news to get even, you know, to try to be bigger. That's just sad. Very sad.
It chose to speak with Only Action News. It chose to speak with Only Action News. 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 With Only Action News.
Ayden Community News, your independent source for news and information.